One,
Kumusta ka
two.
cellphone ko? Wait, atiwan ka.
Sige, sige, wait sa. Pagdarong dira mi ri.
Sinawag na ni. Lobat ako ng cellphone.
Sige, charge siya. Kaya nagpailop ako. Go. Gusto niyo makita? Live?
Ako, tara, tara. Go na ta.
Go na, day. Go na?
Sige.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alright, so now, what is used to measure tiny atomic particles? Can I have a hand who wants to answer? Yes, Montero?
Is it atomic mass unit, teacher?
Very good. So let's give a round of applause for Montero, everyone. Now, can you next, Adi? Very good. So next, Adi. What are the 3 unit of temperature? Who can give me the 3 unit of temperature, everyone? Yes, Bukag.
The Celsius, the Fahrenheit, and the Kelvin, teacher.
Very good. So let's give a round of applause for Bukag, everyone. Wow, why are you laughing, Montero? Are you happy for Bukag? Okay, so next, Adi. Next slide. All right, so congratulations, class. You are now a math wizards. So congratulations once again. I do hope that you are now familiar and can solve conversion factors. Now, as a full-fledged wizards, you need to answer the quiz 3. Get your 1/2 lengthwise, and just like you will answer the quiz 3 with teacher Hershey. So thank you, everyone.
All right, okay, all right. Now, my dear pupils, are you ready? Can you give me a thumbs up? Are you ready for another quiz? Okay, I think everybody is ready now. Now, can you show me your 1/2 lengthwise in your cameras? All right, fantastic. That's great. And now it's quiz time. Now, can you please next, teacher? Yes, can you please next, Adeline? Just like what we did earlier, that for our quiz, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer every two questions. All right, my dear pupils, now your timer starts now. Or you can give me a thumbs up if you're done answering. Okay, Lisa here, done answering. Okay, next. Okay, now everybody is giving a thumbs up now. Next, Adeline. Feel free to open your mic, whatever it is, like if you have any questions or if you want to go back to previous slide. Okay, my dear pupils. Finished? Okay, next. Okay, all right, finished? Not yet? All right, finished. Okay, next. All right, finished? Finished? Okay, next. Okay, now since we are in our number 10 and just like what we did earlier, I give you my whole trust, my dear pupils. Yes, teacher Febby. Yes, teacher Febby, you are acknowledged. Oh, I think teacher Febby here is having a trouble in her internet. All right, so now I know that you guys, I know that you, my dear pupils, know already what is the drill. All right. So honesty is the best policy. Now I give you my whole trust to check your own paper. Now kindly please next. All right, it's checking time. Next, please. Okay, all right, okay. Now give me a thumbs up if you finished checking your papers. Okay, Lisa here finished checking. Okay, 9:34. And the date, March 18, 2025. Okay, now kindly uh, chat it in our chat box your scores, my dear pupils. Okay, that's great. Very good. Fantastic, my dear pupils. Now, because of that, I'm going to give you a what a nice clap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What a nice. And now, kindly please next. I'm going to give you to your next teacher, Teacher Allen. Teacher Allen, floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Teacher Hershey. So, good evening, class. So, now before we proceed to our next lesson, let's have an activity or a game first. So, are you all ready?
Yes, teacher.
All right, very good. So, this game is called Memory Game. So, do you have any idea about this game? All right, so I guess some of you don't know about this game. So for those who don't know about this game, so by the way, class, this will be played by all of you. So I'm gonna present you a slide with different words for 5 seconds only, and you will gonna recognize the words that is being presented inside the 5 seconds. So is that clear, class? Is that clear?
All
Yes,
right,
teacher.
very good. So the student that can memorize 6 words and above will be given points. So are you all ready?
yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So very good. So your 5 seconds starts now. And next slide, please. Okay, so your 5 seconds is up. So next slide. Okay. So now who can give me the words in the slide? Okay. So,
Me, teacher.
so yes.
Ah. I think as far as I remember, the gravity, the force, the surface, the resultant force, the weight. Nah, I think that's all that I remember, teacher. Only
Yes,
five.
very good. So who can give more than five? Anyone? Okay. Lyle. Yes, Lyle.
Grav- gravity and weight, produce heat, friction, frictional, Earth's gravity, resultant force, teacher.
Yes, very good. So let's all give a virtual clap to Lyle. All right. So please go back to the um slide, Sarika. Okay, thank you. So the words that are shown in the slide are surfaces, gravitational, force, magnetic, friction, produce heat, gravity, frictional, resultant force, gravity and weight, and Earth's gravity. Okay, so now that you have recognized many words, so what do you think will be our topic this evening? Anyone? Yes, Vanessa?
I think teacher gravitational and frictional forces.
Yes, correct. So um, let's all give a virtual clap to Vanessa. Okay, so that's all for our activity class, and now I will give the floor to teacher Mitch. Thank you.
Okay, good evening once again, my dear pupils. So, what's my name again, class?
Teacher Mitch.
Teacher Van.
Teacher
Okay, so thank you so much. So, apologies if I will turn off my camera because I am having unstable internet connection. Okay, so class, do you have fun with Teacher Allen earlier? You give me a thumbs up if you. Okay, so I can see Amancio Montero and Igot have fun with Teacher Allen earlier. And did you learn something from Teacher Mary earlier, class? Okay, that's great. So now we will proceed to our discussion about the lesson 4, which will be tackled about the gravitational and frictional forces. So, class, okay, can you please next, teacher? Oh no, I mean Addy. Okay, what is friction? Do you have any idea, class? What is friction? Okay, can I have Rona?
I think friction is the force that opposes motion between two surfaces in contact, teacher.
Very good. That's exactly friction is. So, can you please next? Okay, so here, class, could you please read the definition of friction, my dear pupils? Okay, can I have Padillo?
Friction: when two objects or surfaces rub against one another, it causes force known as friction.
Okay, thank you so much, my dear Hannah. So, friction, my dear pupils, is when two things are rubbing to each other. So, may it fast or slow, as long as it is rubbing to each other. So, class, okay, can you please next teach? No, I mean Addy. Okay, here. So, class, let's take a look at this bike, for example, in the video above. So, there is a pushing motion to move it forward. So, the one that's pushing it forward, class, is the man riding the bike, right? So, as it moves forward, class, the wheels of the bike are rubbing against the surface of the ground. So, the friction there, class, is at the pointed arrow in the red arrow there between the wheels of the bike and the surface of the ground. So friction also, class, is the resistant force that is pushing in the opposite direction of the wheels of the bike. Okay? Do you understand, my dear pupils? Can you give me a thumbs up if you understand friction? Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, can you please next teacher no, Adi? Sorry. Okay, so now let's take a look about the smooth and rough surfaces here and the light and heavy object. So, can you please next, Adi? Okay, here. Can you please? Okay, let's watch the video. Okay. So, what did you observe in in the video, class? Can I have a hand? Okay, I see love.
The girl is skating, teacher.
Very good. So the girl is skating. So if you want to go ice skating, class, which surface would give you less friction so that you can glide smoothly? A surface that as smooth as the ice rink or a concrete area that has a rougher surface? What do you think, class? Can I have a hand? Okay, Helen.
In a smooth surface, teacher.
Very good observation, Helen. So, okay. So, skating on an ice rink would give you the best experience, class. This is because the blades on your ice skates would be rubbing against the smooth surface of an ice rink, which means there is a less friction. And that allows you to skate more freely as there is less frictional force going in the opposite direction. So, do you understand, my dear pupils, about the smooth surface? Okay, very good. Thank you so much. So, can you please next slide, Adi? Okay, let's take a look at the video. Okay, what did you observe in the in the video, my dear pupils? Can I have Aisha?
The girl is biking, teacher. Cycling.
Yes, exactly. So, the bike there, class, is slowly moving forward because of the roughness of the surface. So, we can differentiate, my dear pupils, that there is more friction in the rough surface while it has less friction on the smooth surface. Okay? Okay, so now let's take a look about the amount of friction would be affected depending on the weight of an object. Okay, can you please next slide, Adi? Okay, so here, class, just take a look to the basketball here. It is very easy for the man to bounce the ball up and down off the ground with little effort, right? So, that is because class basketball is light, which means when it hits the ground, the surface of the ground there has a little frictional force holding it down. So, do you understand, my dear pupils, that there is a little frictional force in the light object? Yes, Crystal? Teacher Crystal? Okay, I think it's just a mistake. Okay, so now let's proceed. Can you please next slide, Addy? Okay, observe the video, class. Now, let's take a look the person trying to pull the kettlebell off the ground. So, as you can see, class, it takes a lot more effort to pull the kettlebells off the ground because they're heavy objects, right? Okay? So, if the objects class are heavy, meaning it has a more frictional force than the light objects, okay? Do you understand, my dear pupils? Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, thank you so much. Now, can you please next, Adi? Okay, now let's go to the advantages and disadvantages of friction, class. Do you have any idea what are the advantages and disadvantages of friction, class? No? Okay, that's all right. So, now let's proceed. Can you please next, Adi? Okay, can I have someone to read the advantages of friction? Okay, can I have Helen Rendon?
Friction can be increased by increasing the roughness of the surfaces in contact.
Okay, thank you. So, friction, class, it is like a sticky force that happens when two things rub together. So, the rough the surface, the more the friction is, right? So, friction, class, helps us to move and hold things and other more. Okay, so can you please next, Adi? Let's have an example of the advantages of friction. Number one, walking on any surface. So, when we walk, class, friction keeps our shoes from sliding backward. So, we can push ourselves forward. So, without friction, class, we just slip and not go anywhere. Okay, do you understand? Okay, so friction, my dear pupils, allows us to walk. Now, for the second example, holding any objects using our hands. So, imagine, class, you are trying to hold a smooth, wet bar soap. It is very difficult, right, to hold a wet bar soap. You agree or disagree? Okay, so Aisha agree. It is because it will just slips out of your hands, and that is because, class, there's not much friction there. So, class, the more friction, the better you can hold onto things. Okay, so friction, my dear pupils, allows us to hold objects. So, can you please next, Adi? Let's go now to the disadvantages of friction. Can I have somebody to read? Can I have Soko?
Friction can be decreased by reducing the roughness of the surface in contact.
Okay, thank you so much. So, friction, my dear pupils, is not always our friend because sometimes friction can wear things out and it can slow things down. So, can you please next, Addy? Okay, so example, it produces heat in various parts of the machine. So imagine a car engine class. All the moving parts inside rub together, right? So that friction class create heat. And why is this bad? It is because class too much heat can damage the engine parts of a car. Okay? Do you understand? Can I have thumbs up? Okay, very good. Now let's have the second example. Opposing the motion of an object. So imagine class, you are pushing a heavy object across a rough floor. So friction, my dear pupils, makes it harder to move. And why is this bad? It is because class, it slows things down and you have to use more force and energy to move that object. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, so I can see that some of you understand our topic for today. So again, class, how much friction is there in a smooth surface? Can I have a hand? Okay, can I have Nina?
In the smooth teacher, it has less friction only.
Very good. So let's give Nina a virtual clap. Now, how about in a heavy objects class? Can I have a hand? Can I have Kate?
Heavy objects have more frictional force, teacher.
Exactly. Okay, let's give Kate a virtual clap. So thank you so much, my dear pupils. So now I will give you to your next teacher, which is Teacher Hershey.
Good. Thank you so much, Teacher Mish. Now, once again, my dear pupils, good evening. I am Teacher Hershey. Now, kindly please next, Adeline. All right. Now, rubbing your hands together makes them warmer. Why? Why do you think that if we are rubbing our hands, it makes them warmer? Now, class, can you please show it on your camera? Rub your hand faster and slower. Now, do you feel warmth in your hands? To those who feel warmth, can you give me a thumbs up? And to those who don't feel any warmth, you can give me a thumbs down. All right, fantastic, my dear pupils. Yes, that's right. Rubbing your hands together makes them warmer. Now, why? Now, let's discover why. Kindly please next, Adeline. All right. Okay, now let's transfer to another link before we proceed because we're running out of time. Bye-bye.